and WGXC.org. We've been listening to the music of Arab Americans. And now we're going to switch gears because I got a visitor.
Yes, yes.
Got a wonderful young man, very, very creative and very articulate. Catskill resident Elijah Røyal. Welcome, Elijah.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh, the mic. I'm always having problems with these mics.
Try it now. Try it now.
Dot, dot, dot. Oh.
I'm sorry. There we are. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Hi,
now
Elijah.
I can hear myself. Hi, Neva. How are you?
Welcome. Sorry about that.
It's all right. Second time's a charm.
Only been sorry. The headphone is on a short leash here.
Yeah.
Welcome back to our humble studio. You were here a few months back.
Yeah, 7 to be exact, actually. I checked out the other interview, and I was like, wow, it's been 7 months. That's crazy.
And you, at that time, you introduced us to your work, My Heart Pushes My Pen. Mm-hmm. And now you've got some new work. Mm-hmm. And Elijah is a hip-hop spoken word artist based here in Catskill. And I've been sort of following his progress because not only is his work unique, but Elijah represents a very underrepresented community within our larger community, the LGBTQ youth.
Yes, definitely.
And your voice is very, very important, and I'm sure that many people are listening to you and getting inspiration from you, and that's an important role to play.
Definitely,
definitely. In our world, leadership, and especially young leadership, is extremely important. So what have you been up to?
Lately, I've just been doing a couple remixes of songs and challenges. My recent tracks, I put out a remix to A Boogie. He has a song, I can't say the other word because we're on the radio and we can't curse, but it's my, and then a curse word. And then I put out a 10 Toes challenge because I had a couple fans ask me to speak about that, because the 10 Toes down challenge is basically you telling your story and what goes on in your life. So I did that, and I also talked about how Black Lives Matter and police brutality, because I wanted to bring awareness to that. And I put out my first music video. You can find it on my YouTube at Elijah Røyal. It's R with a O / do it YAL. If you spell it the other way, you can still track it and find it too. It's also on my Facebook. And on my Facebook, I'm just shy of 3,000 views within a week. Today's a week that I posted it from last week, so that's like really good. I feel like that's really good. YouTube, the views are alright on there, but Facebook is the more majority of where I have like my fan base. My beautiful Royalettes, and thank you for everyone that shared it, supported it, and viewed it. And the haters too, thank you for that, because you guys still watched it.
So what is the 10 Toes Down challenge? What does that mean? What is 10 Toes Down reference to, and how is it a challenge?
Well, what challenges how do I explain this? Like with youth and like social media, we have like random challenges that we put out, and either it's gonna be a video of you doing a dance, or you do a rap, or you do sometimes other stupid stuff, like people that did the cinnamon challenge and like tried to swallow cinnamon and all that. So it's
the
just,
ice water business.
Yeah, all those stuff. So yeah, it's like that. So 10 Toes Down, I guess it's just speaking about your down times and the personal, vulnerable stuff that's happened in your life. So I definitely like wanted to interact in that, and I like it because it's really vulnerable, and like situations I've been through, I was just able to rap about it without having a hook or a chorus or anything, and just like straight lyrics.
So the challenge is for other people to step up and tell their story.
Yeah. So anybody can rap to it. Anybody, like, yeah.
So what kind of so have you gotten that kind of response? Have people been telling their story?
Yeah, I've listened to a couple 10 Toes Down challenge. I haven't listened to anybody's locally because I don't know if anyone's really put out a 10 Toes Down challenge locally. But on YouTube, there's definitely a lot of different people's stories out there. And on mine, I've had like a few feedback on it where I talked about foster care and I talked about police brutality, and then had a couple people, like all different people from around the world, just give me different comments and be like, "Wow, that really got to me," and like now I understand more about you and all that type of stuff. Definitely.
So what are you gonna perform that right now?
Yeah.
Today? So what you have, what do you have? You have the instrumental track
Yep.
that you're gonna play, and then you're just gonna.
I'll just do it live right now.
Excellent.
For the viewers that's watching the video, you guys aren't going to be able to hear the track, but it's also available on my YouTube and my Facebook. Elijah Røyal again, ELIJAHR/O-YAL.
So you wanna do that?
I got it. There we go. Okay. Elijah Røyal. Every day I see a black man killed by police. Every day I see his blood fill the crease of the streets. One less child getting tucked in the sheets. Brutality's been around before Rodney King got beat. Police killing blacks off. Bleached hair, don't care. Get Pete suspension up in a reclining chair. Now that's real facts. Hope you feel that. Like a 9-inch whoop, you gonna feel that. 3 shots of vodka, I'ma sneak up on you. New shoes, cool, what that really make of you? What's in your heart, that's what really makes you cool. He a stupid kid, ain't he dropped out of school? Either way, I'ma do it, don't live by your rules. Trump on no political history, forget the rules. Melania committed plagiarism, forget the rules. Used to be really sweet at rapping, Monsters Inc.'s blue. Now I've turned into the monster that used to scare you. Every one of my experience makes me to someone new. Years going by, honestly, I grew. Name's Elijah, biblical prophet, show 'em what you born to do. Suspended from school, had bad behavior. Probation 6 months, sign that affidavit. Put out payment last kid saying I'm her savior. I replied, I'm honored I saved ya. Let the foster kids know they're not alone. Foster mom beat me at 8 years old. Therefore I broke her leg bone. See, violence is something I don't condone. Once you put your hands on me, we're in the blind zone. Smoke to the point like where my mind gone. Mentally in different places, time zone. Life's too short to honestly hold grudges. Weekly paycheck, items added to the budget. Keep on saving lives like I'm Harriet Tubman. Had the kid from Orlando say thank you for speaking about the gunman. Hilda so reefer bud man. I'll be true and I'll stay on top. I'll always be me, something many are not. When you're original, you cannot be changed. Only spit originals and I can't be tamed. Brother Marcus said, don't rap about your sexuality. Freak, you think I'm not gonna rap about reality? You could try to bring me down, I'm 6'2", yeah, as tall as my mentality. Everybody, man, I'm buying, I'm rapping. Nobody extra mad cause they know I'm not stopping. I be mad straight rapping and I wasn't winning. You're a disgrace, disrespecting me. For me, then you're sinning. No matter what you say, I'ma always be in your face. No matter what you say, I'ma always be up to date. Remember, I'm in your mind if you claim that you hate. People hear my music around the world without me leaving the state. I got so much love and security. I could care less if homophobes approve of me. I take all the negatives and turn them into energy. You can't put a stop to me unless you're ending me like Kennedy. Yeah, ending me like Kennedy. Yeah, if you ended me like Kennedy. And then on the rest of the track, I just start talking and all that stuff. So yeah. And then I'm like, and that's it then. But I could pause that from here now. And that's also available on my YouTube and my Facebook. I had to say that again.
And that's the clean version.
Yeah, that's the clean version. That's why I was like, let me just spit it a cappella right now, like, because I didn't have time to edit it, and like, it was like, I still want to bring something, so why not bring it live? That's even better.
Yeah. You know, well, I have to say, personally, I think the clean version is perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't need the other version. But, so this is you've been performing this now. There's some stuff that goes on recently in town. There's some poetry reading, some open mic type stuff that goes on, and you've been participating
Definitely
in those. So among the older community members, you know, not youth. Who are participating. You know, we have a lot of writers in town now, and we have a lot of, you know, more and more people coming and being part of the arts community. So what has the response been among um, non non-youth, non-LGBTQ,
It's actually been really, really good. Like at 394 Main, shout out Robert. He's the owner. It's I'm literally like one of the youngest people there, 17, and every time I go, it's just spoken word. So I'm doing a cappella and just no backtrack, and um, the response has actually been really good. I had a couple people come up to me, shake my hand, and be like, "What you're doing is really good," and like you're so young and you have all this diversity, like. So yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't really remember anybody's name, so if anyone's watching, I'm sorry that I don't remember your name. But yeah, everything's been really good. I haven't got any negative feedback about any of my performances. So.
Mm-hmm. In general, even on like on Facebook and.
Oh, that's that. Oh, of course. You can't please everybody on the internet, and I know somebody probably watching me right now, but yeah, I had a couple people be like, "Oh, you're a gay person trying to rap," and like they definitely like try to put that down, and they try to like put you in a box and say you can't do it. But then when they realize they see what I'm doing, and regardless of what you're saying, I'm still doing it. I'm still in your face, like. And one of my lyrics from the 10 Toes Down challenge is remember I'm in your mind if you claim that you hate, because whether you hate me, I'll be in your mind because you're thinking about me, and if you love me, I'm gonna be in your heart. So either way, I win.
That's beautiful.
Right?
That's
I
really
win.
it's very true. It's very true. So speaking of leadership and being a role model, maybe for other people, for other young people, especially who are not so self-assured and not so self-confident. Um, you get a lot of communication from young people who
Yes, definitely.
are hearing what you're saying and it resonates with them.
I've had a couple people inbox me, like either if it was with Pain Won't Last, the foster care story, that are either in placement or just have been going through a really rough time, because like the hook of the song is like pain won't last. So regardless of what you've been through, as long as it was painful, then you got to know it won't last. So I had people in the system hit me up about that song, foster kids, and a few people that just had relatives die, and like they're just, I sit there and I listen to their stories. I don't like to get too like, I like to talk to the fans and all that and like help them through their stories, but you don't want to get like too involved. So it's like on a professional like fan basis. But yeah, I definitely try to build up people, and people that don't have enough confidence in themselves, I try to give them advice on this is how you should go about things, and don't completely worry about everyone that's gonna be disrespecting you or hating you, because you can't respond to everybody, and you can't control, like, people are going to talk either way, like no matter what you do. You could be doing great and people are going to be negative. So you have to just be assured of yourself and believe in you, and just know that what you're doing is what you love to do. So regardless of what anyone else is saying, just keep pushing. Definitely.
Keep on keeping on. So you put some questions out to your fans.
Definitely. I put out my promo video in like mid-November, and hi to everyone that commented, and thank you for inboxing me your questions, and now I'm gonna answer them.
Feel free, go right ahead. It's your open mic.
All right. So one question was, why should people have the right to judge anybody in the LGBT community? I don't think anyone should have the right to, well, I mean, how do I really answer that? Regardless of what you do, people are going to judge you anyway. I don't think people should discriminate against your orientation, race, or religion. I don't think anyone really has that 100% right to judge you about that. So I think that people are going to judge you regardless of your sexuality, your religion, and it's all about in how you respond to it. So take the negatives and turn them into energy, like I said in my 10 Toes Down challenge. What made you stop being afraid to let people know your sexuality? I don't think I was ever afraid. I just wasn't personally ready to become public with that. I definitely I wanted to wait till I was ready, and when I was ready, then I became public with my business, so I could be 100% authentic to my music, and I didn't have to be like a fraud. So I just had to wait till I was ready, because I like to stroll along. I'm not gonna hop, skip, and jump because someone's like, "Oh, you're this," and "Oh, you're that." Nah, I'm gonna go at my own pace. Do you feel like you're going to be a part of a revolution? Um, I feel like once I started putting out music, that's already starting a revolution of hip hop and trying to be not all slurred words and not being able to understand and not being able to talk about the five basics: sex, money, drugs, females, and houses. So definitely, I feel like I'm part of a revolution. I feel like I am a revolution, and the more clout I'm able to get and attention, that's just going to be able to boost it. And everyone that supports me, LGBT, straight, anybody in the world, that's going to be all part of the revolution of how everyone should have equality. What's the hardest part about being a bisexual rapper? I think it's being taken seriously, because a lot of people think it's a joke and they'll be like, "Oh, you can't really rap," and so you sit there and listen to me. Then you're like, "Oh, okay, now I know what he's doing." And it's not only rap; it's rap, singing, poetry, spoken word. So it's like there's so much more to it than just rap. Do you feel it's hard for you as a bisexual rapper to keep your sexuality open in your music? I feel like to target all communities, you definitely can't make each song about a set topic. Like you gotta have like different types of songs. So like people from the hood can mess with what you're doing, and then the LGBT community can mess with your songs, and you just have to make sure you trigger community. So I don't think it's hard to keep it open. I make sure I have certain songs where definitely I'm talking about being an LGBT member and talking about sexual things that trigger the boy side and the girl side. So I think it's just making sure you have diversity in each of your songs. That's going to be my biggest word probably used is diversity, because you definitely have to like, you can't be one-minded, because if you're one-minded on a track, then all your music is going to be the same. What made you want to become a rapper? I always liked music when I was growing up, and I always liked like different type of music. And my brother Davon was actually he was rapping way before me. So me seeing him as my older brother and me getting older, I was like, I remember I wrote my first rap, well, my first like little play rap, and I was like 10 because it was just a play rap because I didn't take it seriously or anything. And I showed it to him, and he was like, "If you just keep going, you never know where you could take it." And look where I'm taking it. So 14, that's when I started getting more serious and actually put out videos. And then 14 to 16 is when I wrote My Heart Pushes My Pen. I didn't know what I was doing, so that was just like putting that out and putting it together. And then I put that out, and then now I'm just taking steps more. And I also wanted to be able to tell my story and have fun with it, because when I'm rapping and I'm able to put different words together and metaphors and punchline, it makes me feel great. And like, and then if I'm inspiring someone just with words that come from my brain, like or getting recognition for your own artistry and your own pen pushing, like that's amazing. So definitely.
Again, you're listening to Music for the Masses. I'm Neva Wartel, here with you until 2 p.m. on WGXC, ACRA 90.7 FM and WGXC.org. And we're here in the studio with Elijah Røyal.
Hello, everybody. I'm answering fan questions right now. It's Elijah Røyal. You can check me out on YouTube, Facebook, SoundCloud, and Instagram. My Instagram is Elijah_Royal_. My Facebook is Elijah Røyal, R/O_YAL. And my YouTube is the same as that. And my next question is, how do you deal with the LGBT community and growing as an artist? And does hate ever slow you down or give you motivation? How do I deal with that? I make sure I keep an open mind, and I make sure how do you deal with it? Growing as an artist. I mean, I'm definitely gonna be always be 100% supporter. So I don't know how much there is to deal with. There's like the hate part. It always motivates me because, like I said previously, if you hate me, I'm in your mind, and if you love me, I'm in your heart.
That's how you deal with it.
That's exactly. Yeah, so yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, and does it motivate? Always. The love that I get from my fans motivates me, and the disrespect that I get from my fans motivate me. Cause either way, I consider, even if you're a hater, you're still considered a fan in my book, because you hate me, you're still paying attention somewhat to what I'm doing. What inspired you to become an artist? Now, when I was going over these questions before, uh, I had someone be like, well, isn't that the same question as what made you become a rapper? But be an artist and rapper is two different things, because you can be a rapper and just do straight bars for bars, metaphors, punchlines. And an artist, what made you want to sing and do poetry and do all of that? I definitely wanted to be something completely original. I wanted to be something that you've never seen, something that was totally unexpected, and something that you can be like, wait, that's him, and wait, that's him. Like, for instance, my Chirac music video, which was shot by Jacob Kissinger, so shout out to Jacob Kissinger. Um, that one is very explicit if you're going to watch the video, which is on my YouTube and Facebook.
Spell it, Chirac?
Chiraq. And there'll be, if you're watching the video, there's going to be a link above or a link at the bottom. And the rawness of that is what attracted a lot of people to that song as well, because it was so in your face and rapping. And then, for instance, the Must Love Yourself poem that I did at 394 in January. That was, well, we're still in January, so 31st. Like, wow.
It's almost done.
Yeah, it's almost done. It went so fast too. That's like shows like a complete different side. So you hear that, or for Invincible, for instance, you hear all of that. Is like, that's definitely what inspired me to be an artist, is because you can do so much different things and you don't have to be set on this like box. What helps you keep going? Definitely the fear of failure. Like, I don't want to fail, and like everything that I set out to do and all my aspirations, I don't want to look back and be like, wow, you could have done that, and you just let it all go. So I think that definitely makes me want to keep going. And the kids and adults that inspire, like, not only am I inspiring youth, I'm inspiring adults. Like, that definitely like boosts my self-esteem and confidence, and makes me want to keep writing and keep achieving more and more and more, because anybody that started from anywhere, you didn't start all the way at the top. You had to build your way up. So definitely that keeps going. Helps me keep going, because where you can take it. Next question. What are your views on gun laws? I think everyone should have the right to carry like a handgun, or if you're like a hunter, you should be able to have like a rifle or whatever guns that they use, because I don't hunt. But I think they need to be restricted on like guns that are holding more than 150 in a cap, because why do you need that much ammunition? You don't need that to kill deers and squirrels and stuff. So I think there definitely has to be regulations on that. But I mean, to have like a handgun for protection and stuff, definitely, because business owners and stuff like that, like incidents occur that you don't have control over. If someone comes to you with a weapon, how are you going to defend yourself? Because there's only so much you can do. But there definitely does need to be restrictions on guns that can basically kill more than 20 people at a time. So I think that definitely needs to some control on that.
I have a question. I'm going to insert my own question here.
Perfect, go ahead.
About that, I mean, there is a lot of rapping out there that basically promotes you know, gun violence. I mean, you know, and names, you know, some really high powered, you know, assault type weapons and um, basically in a very admiring way,
Yeah.
you know. Do you think that that contributes to
Violence.
to, you know, the continuation of those kinds of guns being it basically promotes those kinds of guns, and do you think that it contributes?
Yeah, I think it definitely does because what you listen to, music wise, is definitely gonna persuade your thoughts on what you're doing and having and your lifestyle. So that's another reason that I don't 100% promote violence. Like I will have some things where I speak about what happened to me and if I do things to lash out or like that, but definitely a lot of hip hop artists is that push the guns in people's faces and everything. That definitely has a lot to contribute to violence that goes on in communities. And the one thing I hate is the people that promote guns in their music and then want to jump back when a black person is affected by guns. You can't play both sides. Like you can't have your cake and eat it too. That's another reason I'm not sitting here promoting guns and killing and all that because once a member of your family gets hurt or another African American gets shot or something, then it's like you're like, oh my gosh, but you were just talking about how you have an AKA 47. So I think that's definitely a problem. So yeah, definitely. What advice would you give someone that's afraid to come out the closet? Well, my thing is, I feel like that's definitely a stereotype closet wise because before I became public, I wasn't in a closet. There was no shoes, and there was no Adidas slides and stuff, no jackets, no coats, and my advice would be to anyone that wants to be public with their sexuality, orientation, gender identity, is make sure you're ready because once you become public, there's gonna be backlash and there's gonna be people judging you, but it's gonna be the best choice that you ever made because you're gonna feel so completely authentic with yourself. And once you get over what other people are saying and you're like, this is me, and now I've got the confidence to be who I am, trust me, it's gonna feel crazy because when I became public, April of last year, so actually the year anniversary is gonna come up soon. I felt weird like the day after, and I thought like, dang, did I really want to do that? And then like a week later, I was like, finally, now I can just be authentic and me, and like it's like basically a perfect analogy would be is I was like a caterpillar in a cocoon, and now I came out and like boom. So I definitely felt much much more me and more to my like I got to be who I am and I love it definitely. Um, how did you keep hope being in foster care? What made you tell your parents you and your sister were being hit? This is from my track Pain Won't Last. That's on my mixtape My Heart Pushes My Pen, but you can find that on my YouTube and Facebook. And the hope that I had in foster care is because I knew that my mom was gonna eventually get us back, so I never doubted her. So that's the hope that I had. What made you wait to tell your parents? I uh, I waited because I didn't want to get put into a worse situation. Cause like it's not like we were getting hit like crazy abused, but I knew there were situations that could have been way worse. So I felt like I didn't want to get taken out of a home where just this little bit of badness was happening, where I could go somewhere where sexual things and worse things could happen. It was chaos, and it was only me and my sister. And I also didn't want to get separated from her because then, like, who would have been there to run in and try to protect you and all that stuff? So that's definitely, whew. What's your biggest fear? Biggest fear is failure. And I don't like bees. I'm fear of bees. Like one time I was with my friends on my back porch, and there was a bee, and literally I jumped up, and like my chair went